I'm live. I'm waiting for people to come in. Hello, Abina. Welcome. Thanks for coming on. Abina, please, can you hear me? If you can hear me, kindly make a comment and I'll know. Hello, Abina. Please, if you can hear me, kindly make a comment for me to know. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for supporting me throughout this week. I tried doing silent live for 3 days now, and you came through for me. I'm grateful for that. So today I decided to show face and let's have a conversation. So throughout the live, if you have any question or anything you want me to address, any suggestions, kindly comment and then I would answer to that or I would give my opinion on. Today's discussion is on buffering. Whoa. Today I'm here to discuss with you inexpensive perfumes you should consider buying. You don't need to break a bank to smell good. Sometimes people ask you, can you please recommend a fragrance for me? But when you do, the price puts them off. So today I'm just here to say you don't need to break the bank to smell good. There are actually some inexpensive fragrances you can try getting and it works perfectly fine. It stays long as well. Abena, please, the background, is it from my side or from your end? I think my phone is working fine. I don't know. Oh, okay. I'll try and fix it. I'll be with you in a minute. Hello, Iris. Thank you so much for coming on. Yes, Iris is always the late comer. Iris, you are late. Anyways, thank you for coming. Should I start or we should wait for some time? Welcome, welcome, people. Okay, I'll be starting in a minute. Okay, I'm starting. I decided to come on today for us to have a discussion about inexpensive fragrances you can consider getting. Most often, people come to you for fragrance recommendations, and when you tell them the fragrance they should go and get, sometimes the prices scare them. So today, I'm here to say there are some fragrances you can actually get without breaking the bank. We have different types. We have the body mist, we have the colognes, we have a lot of them. So I'll try and explain briefly how do you call it? Some of the inexpensive ones. So initially, the first is how do you call body how do you call it? Body mist and body splashes. Abena, no one is disturbing me. No one is disturbing me. I want to start. I want to start. I want to start. So as I was saying earlier, you don't need to break a bank to smell good. We actually have some body mist and other fragrances that are inexpensive you can get and you can equally smell good. So I wanted to talk about um body mist, body lotions, among many others. So I have with me Japanese cherry blossom. This is the body lotion, and I have the body mist, and I have other Bath and Body Works as well. So Bath and Body Works, they I'm sure most of you know about Bath and Body Works. It's all over the market. So they are inexpensive fragrances. I think I bought this around 60 cedis. That was last year. So it should cost at most 70 cedis for just the body mist. And you have the body lotion around the same price. So if you don't have more than 100 cedis to spend, but you still want to smell good, you are not left out. You can actually try using body mist. But what I would recommend is if you want to go in for body mist, you have to spray a lot. Go in over like 20 or 30 sprays so that it can last the whole day. If you don't mind putting it in your bag and then walking around with it in your bag, and when you feel like you need to top up, you rush to the washroom and spray it, that is fine. But to get the most out of this one, I would recommend you buy the body lotion for 60 cedis also, so that after shower you use this one and you go about 20 sprays on your body and then about 30 sprays on your clothes, and then it will last you the whole day. This is actually my favorite Bath and Body Works body lotion and then body mist. That's the Japanese cherry blossom. We have variety of fragrances you can choose from Bath and Body Works. And now what I've come to realize is that Bath and Body Works tries to clone some high-end designer fragrances. So they have the fairy tale, which is a clone for, I think, YSL Libre. They have a lot. So you need to do your research, know what kind of scents you are into, and then you can actually get Bath and Body Works. It's okay. So if you have less than 100 cedis to spend, then I suggest you go in for the Bath and Body Works. So you can. I have another one. How do you call it? Raspberry tangerine. If you don't like the body lotion from Bath and Body Works, you can actually also go for the body cream. So you can either choose if you want a body cream from them. And trust me, it lasts like 24 hours if you, especially with these two combinations. If you use the body lotion and then you use the body mist, it lasts the whole day. So you don't need to spend so much on, how do you call it, on perfumes, and then you can just do 120 cedis or perhaps just this one for 60 cedis and you still will smell good. So that is all about body lotions. You can choose from Victoria's Secret or Bath and Body Works. I know they are sister companies, so you either go in for Victoria's Secret or Bath and Body Works, but I would suggest go for Bath and Body Works because it is classy. It is more, I feel like how do you call it? Victoria's Secret is for kids, and this is more for the young ladies and adults. So that is all about body mist and body lotions. I can't go through the stress of reapplying when I can get a good Middle Eastern perfume. Abina, I will come to that for 24 hours. I understand what you are saying. So this recommendation, the Bath and Body Works recommendation, is for anyone who is not willing to spend more than 60 or 70 cedis to get a fragrance. At least it is an option for you to smell good. So my next is for those who are willing to spend more than 100 cedis on a fragrance. And for that, so let's say you are willing to spend between 100 and 150 cedis for a fragrance. And for that, I would want to talk about a house. And that house is Zara. Can you make guesses? It's the Zara fragrances. Zara, in my opinion, has up their game. Because when I started entering into fragrances, I think I went through a lot of Zara fragrances, but it wasn't my favorite. It was more of the sweet or fresh side. But now I think Zara, in collaboration with Joe Malone and other people, are doing so well with their fragrances. I only have two of their fragrances here. I have Ebony Wood. That is currently one of my favorite Zara perfume. It layers well with everything. So if you want a fragrance that is between 100 to, is it 150 cedis, and you do not want to go Middle Eastern, you can actually go to Zara because they have different offerings you can actually choose from, and I feel like they are doing well. So Zara, they have their traditional, let me call their traditional line of fragrances. That is where you have the Zara, how do you call it, Gardenia, the Zara Orchid, the Femme, among many others. Personally, they are not my choice. They won't be my choice if I want to go in for a Zara fragrance. I rather go in for the new releases. But we all have different tastes and preference in fragrances. So if your preference is those sweet and fruity fragrances, then you can look into Zara and then you find a lot of their fragrances from there. But if you want to go into more of their new releases, the ones currently, I think Zara is trying to clone how do you call it, high end designer and niche fragrances. So I've not fact checked this one, but I think I read it somewhere that Ebony Wood smells similar to Wood Sage and Sea Salt by Jo Malone. And I've not put my nose to Wood Sage and Sea Salt, so I cannot confirm that. But I wouldn't be surprised because this is a collaboration between Zara and Jo Malone. And Wood Sage and Sea Salt is one of Jo Malone's favorites. As in, people buy that a lot from the house. I wouldn't be surprised they try to make a cheaper alternative for that. And then another one I have from Zara is a sweet pastry in Paris. And people compare this to Zedjoff Lyra. And Lyra, I've not put my nose to Lyra, so I cannot also confirm that. But all I know is this is really good. It smells like an apple pie with lemon in it. An apple cake, sorry, with lemon in it. It's very sweet and yummy with lemon. So Zara is a house you can actually look out for if you want to how do you call it, if you are willing to spend more than 100 cedis on fragrances. And then we have the Zara men and then the Zara women. I think Ebony Wood is unisex, but this is certainly feminine. But as we all say, fragrance is subjective. You can decide to wear feminine fragrances, you can decide to wear masculine fragrances. But for the Zara men, I think my favorite from them is Noble Palo Santo. It smells like Creed Aventus, but more fruitier. And then I think in Creed Aventus, they used a pineapple note. By Noble Palo Santo, it's not a pineapple note. It's way more fruitier and nicer than, and nice, like it's way more fruitier. So if you want to smell like Creed Aventus, but you do not want, or like it's so particularly so insensitive for you, you can try Noble Palo Santo. And they have another one, I think Raw Vetiver. Yeah, that one too is nice from Zara. So Zara has for the men releases and then for the feminine releases. So if you are a man, if you are a woman, and you are willing to spend more than 100 cedis on fragrances, kindly you can check Zara out. You have options to choose from. So that is all on Zara. As many that come, welcome. Thank you for coming. Yes, Irish, you showed up. I'm grateful. But please do not be late. You are always late. Now let's move on to, okay, before we move on to Middle Eastern fragrances, I have this little mini 30 ml here. And the brand is Vera Wang. It's really good. I actually don't see this on the market. So it's really good. It's a brand you should check out. I can't say much. This is a tea fragrance. It really smells like tea with citruses. I don't know if you've ever taken Lipton. The Lipton, the green tea one. It legit smells like it with added citruses. So you can check the brand out if you ever come across it. Another inexpensive house I want to talk about is CK. I only have this 15 ml and it was gifted to me by a friend. CK is also an inexpensive brand. They have a wide range of fragrances you can choose from. This is CK1. Yeah, this is CK1. It comes in a box like this. And it's just, and it's just the 15 ml. They have it in different sizes. It's mainly the CK fragrances I've come across, they are fruity. A lot of them, they are citruses, they are fruity. But they have a wide range of fragrances you can choose from, and they are actually good. So if you want an inexpensive fragrance, you can check out the House of CK. But I think CK is more expensive than 150 cedis. But I think it should be between 200 and 250 cedis, depending on the size. Because you can have a CK fragrance, I think, in 50 ml, and it will cost you around 180 cedis or so. So you can also check the house of CK. Another house I do not have a full bottle of. I used to have it, but I think I sold it. Yes, I sold it. I'm going through my mini samples to see if I can find one and talk about it. The fragrance I want to talk about is the fragrance house I want to talk about is Davidoff. Yes, and then I think their most popular fragrance is the Cool Water. I used to have the Cool Water for men, but I sold it because I wanted the original perfume. The Cool Water for men was a clone for a high-end designer fragrance, and after smelling the fragrance and owning Cool Water, I think I want the. Yes, I have seen my sample of Cool Water. I think I want it. Cool Water is, should I say it's a clone or it's a copy for Creed's Green Irish Tweed. Green Irish Tweed, it's a green, it's most, wow. So you can also check out, if most times if my male friends come to me and then they want an easy to wear everyday fragrance, my number one option I give them is Cool Water by Davidoff, because it's more so classy and clean. It has this how do you call it? It has this soapiness to it. If you all can relate, when you get out of the washroom, irrespective whether you used a how do you call it, a scented lotion, or you did not, a scented soap, or you did not use a scented soap, there is this smell after you've come out of the washroom after bath. There is this particular soapy feeling you get. So when you first spray Cool Water on you, it is that soapiness you get, and then after some time when it's drying down, you get, I don't know if you can relate, but growing up, or I don't think I see grass a lot in Accra, but growing up coming from a mountainous region, when it rains and then there is grass around, and after, let's say it's been sunny for some time and then it rains, there is this smell that comes out of the grass. It's really nice in my opinion. So that is how Cool Water smells like. When you spray it at first, you get this soapiness vibe to it, and after that it begins to smell like the greenness of the grass, and it runs through. So it's like a freshy green type of scent. It's very classy, and it's like it's an everyday use. You can use it in the morning, and it lasts very long. You can use it in the morning when you are going to work, and then when you have an evening dinner or an evening outing with anyone, you can just top it up and you still smell great. So, and for an inexpensive choice for a man, I always suggest Davidoff Cool Water. And we have the Cool Water for men and then the Cool Water for women as well. 1 minute. I had to pick this up. It fell. We have the Cool Water for men and then the Cool Water for women as well. But I recommend to both men and women the Cool Water for men, because that is what I like better. It's really nice. But if you have the money to splurge on, I think Creed will be around $250 or so, then please get Green Irish Tweed, because it's my favorite fragrance from Creed. It smells very green, very fresh and classy. It's one of the best you would get from Creed actually. And talking of inexpensive fragrances, I think now I've left the realm of one less than 200 cedis. So now I'm getting to the 200 cedis upwards. Another fragrance especially with the men, another fragrance I recommend for them the most, it's Club de Nuit Intense Man. It's from the Middle Eastern. This day I was under 1 minute. Another fragrance I recommend for men, it's Club de Nuit Intense Man. It's a Middle Eastern brand, and it's like the whole Amaf. Okay, so Amaf is the brand, and then the Club de Nuit Intense Man is one of the fragrances made by Amaf. I always recommend the house of Amaf to people because they make like it's the best clone house. Amaf is actually a clone house. They look at high-end fragrances and then they try to interpret them in their own ways. And it's one of the best clone fragrances you would ever get on the market because they clone to the perfection. They clone to perfection, even to the point where I would say it's better than the original. In my opinion, example is Club de Nuit Intense Man and Creed Aventus. So in the fragrance community, Aventus is the king of all freshies. So Amaf tried to interpret Aventus in their own way. And personally, I think Amaf did better than Aventus. Please do not come for me. It is my opinion that I am sharing. I think Amaf did better than Creed Aventus because I had a chance to sample a new batch of Aventus, and it was okay. Yeah, it's Aventus. It has the name and everything, but performance wise, I feel like Club de Nuit beats it hands down. Club de Nuit, I've gone through 2 bottles already, so I know it's very well. Club de Nuit, spray it around 6 a.m. in the morning, will last you through the whole day. And when you spray on clothes, it stays on clothes for more than a week. So unless you wash the clothes, even when you wash the clothes, you can still smell Club de Nuit Intense Man. So I had a chance to spray Aventus on my left hand and Club de Nuit on my right hand. And performance wise, I would say Club de Nuit beats Aventus hands down. So if you want to, I always tell my male friends, if you want to get Creed Aventus, save your money and get Club de Nuit Intense Man. Because it's like a fraction of the price. I think in Ghana you get Club de Nuit Intense around 290, 300, at most 350, 350 cedis. You get Club de Nuit Intense Man. But for Creed Aventus, so if I spend over $200 on a fragrance, that wouldn't last. That's just because the fragrance has a name. Better get the clone. So if you can, so like because of how successful Creed Aventus is and how Amaf did so well in cloning. If you're a gentleman and you come to me and you go like, oh, you are more into the fresh type of fragrances, the first choice that comes to mind is Creed Aventus. So that's Club de Nuit Intense Man. And you go like, I don't like it. Then that is where I'll recommend to you, how do you call it, Cool Water, which is also a clone of how do you call it, Green Iris Tweed. Another one I recommend you guys to check out is Club de Nuit. Is it Siage? It's also a clone for Creed's Silver Mountain Water. Personally, I've not really had an experience with Siage, but I know people who've had experiences with Siage and they tell me it's better. The Creed fragrance I've had experience with is Silver Mountain Water, and it's my second best from Creed. It's really nice. So if you do not want Club de Nuit Intense, because now it's popular, like a lot of gentlemen, even the ladies, a lot of ladies and a lot of gentlemen are on it. So if you want to smell unique, and then you feel like people are wearing Aventus, people are wearing Club de Nuit Intense Man, and you want to smell different, you can choose from either Cool Water. That's you're willing to spend this. You can choose from Cool Water or Club de Nuit Siage, or check the whole of like the whole house as in Amouage, because they really have great offerings. You are right. A lot of clone houses perform exactly. I agree with you. A lot of clone houses perform better than the original, and Amaf is really doing well. So that is all for I think the House of Amouage, the fresh fragrances. So if you want anything, so sometimes, as I said earlier, Aventus, Silver Mountain Water, Green Iris Tweed, it's expensive. And please bear in mind that what I'm saying, there is a difference between a clone and a fake. Initially, today's live was to talk about fake perfumes, but it's a topic at heart. So I discussed with my friends, my fragrance friends. They are here. Shout out to Abna and Iris. So we decided to come up with a date and time where we would communicate so that the three of us will come on live and discuss this topic of fake fragrances. Because we've come to realize that the Ghanaian Instagram, it's a lot of people selling perfumes on Instagram. 95% of them are selling fakes. And it is disheartening. And then the sad part is that those selling fakes, knowing they are fakes, are still selling it at the price of the original. So we've decided that we will come together as fragrance sisters and discuss the topic of clones. So I will communicate to you all when this topic would happen. So today I'm shelving off the topic of clones, sorry, of fake perfumes, but rather discussing clones. And clones is just a brand's interpretation of another brand's fragrance. So the next clone house I want to talk about is Frank Olivier. Frank Olivier, I don't think it's Middle East. I think they are based in France, but they are a clone house because they make a lot of clones. They try to interpret a lot of designer fragrances. And personally, my favorite from them is this one, and it is Oud Touch. They have a lot of fragrances. I think they have the Oud Touch, they have the Oud Vanille, they have Blue Touch. Sorry, they have a number of them, and this is my favorite. And this is actually a clone for an expensive fragrance. And I must tell you, I prefer this over the expensive one, and because of pricing as well. So when I consider pricing, I consider performance. This performs way better than what it's supposed to be a clone of. So Oud Touch is supposed to be a clone of Christian Dior's Oud Isfahan, and I think Oud Isfahan it's expensive. It's expensive because even the, how do you call it, the 40 ml. The last time I checked was 1,000 cedis for a 40 ml, and this is 100 ml, and it costs, I think, 250 cedis. But I got my bottle for 180 cedis. Yes, so I think now you would get Oud Touch for 250 cedis. I know it's less than 300 cedis too. Yes. So imagine 40 ml of a fragrance costing 1,000 cedis, and 100 ml of that interpretation costing 250 cedis. Which one will you buy? Definitely, I want to save some money, so I would get this one. And this one performs way better than Oud Isfahan. This, I think, it stays on clothes for weeks if you don't wash them. It's really good. So this, I call this the manly fragrance. It's very woody. It has rose. It doesn't have oud, but I definitely get oud. I feel like they just did not list the oud, but it's incensey, it's rosy, and there's this, when you spray it at first, I don't want to be smelling like all these fragrances. I forgot to have a sheet of papers to be spraying. I think I would do it here. I'm spraying it in my regular tubes. But let me spray it in the car. Alcohol. Please don't do what I just did. If you spray a fragrance, don't just take it straight to your nose. Try and make it for some time before you spray it. So it has raspberry, it has rose. It's actually good. So I recommend that if you like this bold, if you are a gentleman, even if you are a lady, because honestly, I don't put sexist to fragrances. Wear what you want. Once, if you smell it and you think you like it, just wear what you want, and then you would be okay. So if you are a gentleman, if you are a lady, and you have this bold personality, or you want to get noticed when you enter into the room, this is for you. I recommend this to you. It's really good. So was it yesterday? I wanted to come on yesterday and discuss this with you, but I had issues with my connection. I think yesterday or 3 days ago, I recommended a fragrance. A friend came to me that he wanted a fragrance, and then I tried recommending to him, and then he was, "Do you think I will like it?" So he came back yesterday to tell me that, oh, the fragrance I recommended to him, he really liked it. It was Woody's, and he really liked it. So people kept asking me, "Can you please recommend for me? Can you please recommend for me? What did you recommend for him? What did you recommend for him?" I want to talk about that fragrance. Please give me 1 minute and let me look for the sample. I think I should find it somewhere. Oh, I can't find it. I had this like a 2 ml mini sample of it that I wanted to spray and give you an informed opinion, but I don't seem to find where I placed it. But notwithstanding, I know about it, so I can give an opinion and talk about it. So the fragrance he was raving about, which my DM was like everyone was messaging me, was Lalix Encre Noir Alestrim. It's it's Lalique Encre Noir Alestrim. So it's my favorite, like it's my favorite fragrance from Lalique. So that particular one, they have the original Encre Noir, they have the Encre Noir spots, and they have the Encre Noir Alestrim. So you can check the three out. But personally, I prefer the Encre Noir Alestrim. And I think my second from that is the Encre Noir spot. The spot is more fresh. It's more of a fresher version of a fresher interpretation of the Encre Noir. So the original Encre Noir, me, I cannot wear it because it's dark, it's deep, it's bold. It's a whole lot of things that I cannot stand. So Encre Noir is extreme. And then I think the whole composition is based on a fragrance note, which is vetiver. So it's, I think the top notes you have vetiver, the middle notes you have vetiver, and then the base note, I think the middle notes you have two different types of vetiver. The Hawaiian vetiver and something else vetiver, and then there is a vetiver base note. So when you spray Encre Noir at first, I think at the top you have bergamot, and then there are different facets of vetiver. Vetiver can sometimes come off as very woody, or sometimes it can have this fresh facets to it. So in the opening of Encre Noir, when you spray it, because it has bergamot and the vetiver at the top, so I think the first 10 minutes of Encre Noir, you get this freshness of it. In as much as you are getting the freshness, you still have this woody vibe to it. It's a punch, like it punches you in the face at the first opening. And honestly, the first opening, it's a put off, because personally, at first spray, I get this like hospital vibe to it. I don't know if you can relate. Imagine like when you go to the hospital and then the cleaners of the hospital are cleaning with all these cleaning products, and there is the smell of the medicines around. The hospital has some unpleasant smell. So at the first opening is a punch of citruses and the unpleasantness of the hospital smell. So we always say that don't judge a fragrance by the first spray. Take your time and let the fragrance relax. Cause to me it smells like savon. I'm now you're a savage. We always say that don't judge a fragrance by its first smell. Because the moment you spray a fragrance like this, you might say, I don't like the fragrance, and then you might put it up. But if you allow the fragrance to sit for some time, for like 15, 20, 30 minutes, you might actually end up enjoying the fragrance. That is Encre Noir for you, the Alice Cream version. So when you spray it, it's a mix of citrus, a mix of everything, plus this medicinal touch. So once you allow it to cool down, then that is where you get the beauty of it, the woodiness of from the vetiver. And I think there is an incensey touch to it. It's really beautiful. It's very gentlemanly and classy. I wear it, it doesn't matter, but in my opinion, it's like a gentlemanly thing. But I used to wear it before I sold my bottle. I used to wear it before I sold my bottle. So it doesn't matter. Once you like it, you like it. But I feel like it is only a gentleman, a classy gentleman, who can pull this off. Imagine you having a meeting, going to defend your project work or anything, like you want a contract get done to get the deal. Just walk into the room wearing a cream and everyone will be looking at you like, you. It's an interesting sense, and it's great. So if you saw my status and then people commenting and he's saying he actually liked the fragrance, and then you came into my DM, the fragrance is Encre Noir Alice 3. So you can check that out. It's actually a good one. You can check it out. Another inexpensive fragrance I want to talk about, it's, I think I've been making recommendations for the men, and I think I've left the women out. Let me talk about this brand for women actually, and it's Swiss Arabian. I only have Casablanca with me. Though I wouldn't say Casablanca is inexpensive because I think it's more than 250 cedis. Although I got my bottle for less. But I think currently, now that the city is depreciating, I think it's more than 250 cedis. But this is a beautiful scent. Casablanca, it's my favorite from Swiss Arabian. And I think this particular type from Swiss Arabian, we have Casablanca, we have Florence, and we have another one. Florence smells like roses vanilla, if you've ever smelled that before. I need a decant of Casablanca. Abna, call me after this. We'll talk about it. This is really a beautiful scent. It's one of my favorites. It's like an everyday wear. People say it's, well, there are lots of mixed feelings about it, but personally, I love Casablanca. And I think I'm going to tell you how it smells like. Right off the bat, you smell apples, caramel. It smells like a fruity champagne with apples cut in it. You see how fizzy champagne is. If you pop a champagne, that is the fizziness of Casablanca. So I feel like, so when I'm like, anytime I come across Casablanca, I think of a champagne. It's fruity. It's, so let's say it's a champagne with its fizziness, with caramel and green apples cut in it. It's pretty. I don't need to spray Casablanca. It's really nice. It's one of my favorites. If I don't know what to wear, Casablanca is an option. If it's just that perfume for me. So please, if you want, and it smells classy as well. So if you want to like a girly, everyday classy, you can check out Casablanca. It's really a good one. Another fragrance I want to talk about is this one. And I think it's from I don't remember the brand, but it's called Choco Mask. Please, if you know the brand, kindly Abna and Iris, if you know the brand, kindly put it in the comment section so people will know. I don't even know why I got this perfume. I think I know why. I think somewhere last year, this perfume was hyped on Instagram. And it's an Instagram made me buy, and it's a fail for me. Personally, I don't like it. And I'll explain why I don't like this perfume. Yet, why did I buy it? Because of this. That's why I had to buy it. So this is, please, I know we've all had chocolate drinks or Cadbury. Abna, thank you. Rehab. So the brand is Rehab, and this is Choco Max. It is nice, but not for me, if I can say it. And then let me just put a disclaimer. The only reason I say this is not for me, and I might not say good things about it, although I'm recommending as an inexpensive fragrance you should check out, is that on a normal day, I won't drink or I won't take anything made of cocoa. I don't like anything made of cocoa. I feel like cocoa is not for me. So chocolates, coffee, anything that comes out of cocoa is not for me. And this fragrance smells like chocolate drink. The Cadbury chocolates, the hot chocolates, any chocolate drink you can think of. It is this fragrance. It legit smells like a chocolate drink. And the only reason I got this, as I was saying, it was so hyped on Instagram last year that I just wanted to understand what the hype is about. I actually thought I would like it, although I know I don't like anything made of cocoa, but I wanted to give myself the benefits of the doubt and see if I would like it. So I just got it, and it was cheap. I think it was less than 100 cedis. It's actually this and then the perfume oil. I gave my perfume oil out. I didn't like it too. Bunch of alcohol and sweet choco, in my opinion. Exactly. I don't want to be walking around smelling like exactly my point, Abena. Abena, you just read my mind. Like that is how I feel about it. Oh, I don't want to be walking around smelling like chocolate. Like when I can just pick up chocolate and taste it. Why would I want to be smelling like chocolate? No, I just don't want to. And like this also, I think Abena, when I think at first spray, I get some medicinal vibe to it. I just sprayed it in the thing. Alcohol, a lot, like too much alcohol. It legit, like at first when you spray it and you just put it to your nose, it legit smells like affectation. Please, I'm not saying it's a bad smell, but it is good. It is good. Smelling it in the air is good. I'm not saying it's a bad smell, but this is my thoughts on it. At first spray just like this, and it legit smells like affectation. Like that, is it choky? That thing affectation does to you when you smell it. It's actually like it kills your nose. It legit smells like affectation. And then after still smelling like affectation though, after some time when the affectation feeling has left, now it legit smells like then now it becomes like it smells like hospital. Like why would I want to first smell like affectation and then smell like the hospital? And then go through all this up and downs before I get the chocolate smell. No, I do not want to do that. I have a lot of fragrances to feel better, and it's certainly not this. But it's a good one. The dry down is really good. It legit smells like chocolate drink. But personally, I cannot deal with the first 30 minutes of this fragrance. After smelling like affectation, then I smell like hospital. No, I cannot do it. No, me, I cannot. But aside it's smelling like affectation, but honestly, it is to my nose and to Abena as well, because she is also saying the same thing. Other people on Instagram actually hailed a lot about this fragrance because they said it smells good. And I won't dispute that because we all have different noses. And what might smell good to me might actually not be for you. So this might be for you and might not be for me. And that is why I added it in my today's list as a recommendations for fragrances you can test out. Inexpensive fragrance. It's an inexpensive fragrance though, but it is not for me. But it can be for you though. I don't know. I'm trying to find some good words and say about this fragrance, but now I feel bad adding it to this list, knowing I was going to butcher it like this. But it's a chocolate fragrance. It's once you are able to stay through for the first 30 minutes to just die out, it will actually leave you smelling like Cadbury choco. Please check the brand out. Check the brand out. Our Rehab. Check the brand out. It's a good one, but not for me. Another one, another inexpensive Middle Eastern perfume I want to talk about is this perfume. I used to own a bottle and I sold the bottle and kept this to me all of it. Another fragrance that smells like food. I like food. We all like food. And we all would sometimes prefer fragrances that smells like food. I have a fragrance that smells like food. You see, this Zara fragrance I said earlier, and I explained earlier, it legit smells like apple cake. Lemon cake, sorry. It legit smells like lemon cake. But this lemon cake is something I can wear. And I prefer this with especially in the evenings. It's really good. So although it smells like food, I can wear and I can appreciate this fragrance. But there are certain common fragrances that I do not appreciate. And this is like one of them. Although it is a very good fragrance. This is caramel toffee. I don't even know the brand. I know the brand, but it's not coming to mind. It's caramel toffee. And just as the name, it legit like it smells like the name. Caramel and toffee. I don't know if you remember. There is this toffees they smell in town, like they sell in town. It's the wrapper is white and it's like a chocolatey caramel like toffee. The wrapper is white and then it smells like a square. I don't know how to. It smells like caramel and toffee. This fragrance legit smells like caramel and toffee. People, it smells like toffee. I'm trying to spray it in there to give you an opinion. Although I've already given the opinion, but to legit explain how it smells like. I can't even put it on me. So I'm spraying it on this tissue I had to take. This one that I've sprayed, it will never leave the room, and that is the sad thing. It lasts forever. It lasts forever. It smells like toffee. Please, you can check the brand out. I know they released about 6 or so of this. There is caramel toffee. There is raspberry something. I think I would have my notes on all the 6 fragrances from this release, and then I'll give a good opinion on that and what you should get. But if you really want to smell like toffee roaming in the streets of Accra or wherever you are, please, you can get caramel toffee because you smell like toffee. You smell like toffee. And it's inexpensive. I think I got it for, is it 200 cedis or so? Like the full bottle. This is just a mini decant. After I smelled it, I knew I wasn't going to like it. I sold my bottle, but I just kept this one. If you really want to smell like toffee, please just get this one. It smells like toffee. It smells like toffee. Could be toffee. No, there is no coconut. I'm lying. And like this smells like toffee. I'd prefer to smell it like okay, so I'm smelling like toffee, but not actually on me wearing it. Smelling like toffee. So let me see if I can find another inexpensive fragrance that we can discuss. Yes, I have this one. I have these two from, they are all Middle Eastern fragrances. So I think I have Anna Abiyad Poudre and I have Hayati Woman. So please, if you are really looking out, like you are really looking to spend less but smell good, depending on how much you are willing to spend, depending on your budget, you can either choose body mist. And for that, you should know that the disadvantage is you need to carry your body mist in your bag and see how huge this thing is. To put in your, it's actually heavy. This is a full one. It's actually heavy, and then you'll be carrying this in your bag every day. It's work, and then every 30 minutes, every 1 hour, you need to rush to the washroom and go and spray, and then come back. It's a lot of work. So if you still want a body mist, but you want it to last long, I would suggest you either add a body lotion to it. So you use the body, and it should be the same body lotion. Don't mix like this one. This is Japanese cherry blossom, and then this is your friend is saying raspberry tangerine. Unless you want to layer like the two things, to which it is okay. If you're into layering, that is fine. You can use different body lotion and then different body mist. But if you want the same smell to last long on you, then I suggest that you get your Japanese cherry blossom and then you get its body lotion. And then what some people do as well is this Bath and Body Works, they have the body wash. So you can actually get the body wash, you can get the body lotion, and you can get this one. And then this one it's 236 ml for 60 cedis. Please spray it on you. Spray a lot on you. Don't be a spray every day, wasting. Do 20 on your skin and then you do like 30 on your clothes, like all over. head, toe, everywhere. Just spray it, because it's plenty. I've used this now for almost like more than a year, I should say. It's inexpensive, and it's plenty in it. Use it. Use it. Don't be smelling like soap and be walking on the streets of Accra or wherever you are. Smell good. It is just smell good, people. Smell good. Smell good. Hey, people, I'm breaking my bottles. It is good to smell good. Don't be smelling like soap there. Smell good. And check the Middle Eastern houses, because they actually have a lot of fragrances you can choose from. So for inexpensive fragrances, you Bath and Body Works, Middle Eastern, Zara. But the Middle Eastern people, they are really doing well. So I think no, I'm not done. I just cited this one. Celebrity fragrances. Sorry. Last one. It's celebrity fragrances. The celebrities we know. We have Rihanna, we have Beyonce, Sarah, a lot of them. I don't mention names, and if I'm lying, I people come for me. So there are lots of celebrities who try to make their own fragrances, and they are inexpensive. Most of the celebrity fragrances are. I go to body. Abena, why? How can you go to 236 and morning? Abena, why? Abena, you go to 236 ml in 2 weeks. Wow. Yo, please explain further. How do you spray it? Because give us an explanation, because I don't understand. Host, Abena, please explain why. Why do you go to body mist in 2 weeks? Sister. So like, are you using this every day, or because I don't understand? If it's every day for 2 weeks, I just spray like 100 sprays a day, like I'm not, please explain why. I'm sure it's an air freshener, because I don't understand. I'm not, please, why are you come? How do you spray? How do you spray your body mist and go and use it in 2 weeks? Please explain to us. How do you spray body mist and use it in 2 weeks? Like, you everywhere, like all your room. So if you decide to use, let's say, Japanese cherry blossom, you spray your room, your sheets, everything. That is understandable to use it in 2 weeks. But if not, then please, can you explain why you use body mist in 2 weeks? Because I've had this body mist for like close to a year. Okay, probably because I had several body mists and then I was changing. Yeah, that one. I have a video on how I use my body mist. You can check it out, and then after this life, I'm going to watch that video, Abena. Please, if you are here, I have two of my fragrance sisters. They have their own channel at Abena Abua and at Iris Scented. Kindly like and subscribe to their channel if you haven't already. They are just a vibe. So kindly go and subscribe to their channel, okay? And support us, support them as well. Thank you so much. Just once I go in a lot. Abna, please, you're just abusing the body mist. No, we need to report you to whoever who would want to listen, because me, I don't understand. 236 ml for 2 weeks. Sister, why? You are doing too much, Abena. So back to what I was saying. Please, you should be smelling good. The whole idea, the whole notion, the whole concept of this fragrance YouTube channel and everything is to just advocate that please smell good. Because I had a bad experience in Churchill, and it's a nightmare. I once sat in Churchill, and then I think I was the second person to sit in the Churchill. So like my line, the seats, no, I was the second person to sit. So I went in, and then there was a gentleman sitting. So I had to sit beside a gentleman. And then another person came to sit beside, another man came to sit beside me. And then there was the fourth person. So I was in the middle of two men, one on my left, one on my right. And then evening, like we've all closed from work, we are all coming to the house. You people will know where the story will end now. And I'm in the midst of two men. There was traffic as well. And then the smell that was coming out of my line, I needed an escape route. So the one sitting by me was beside the window was beside the one sitting by me. And then there was no window. I think the third person, the fourth person before the window. So I didn't know where the smell was coming from. So I decided to turn towards this side so that the air would at least help me, how do you call it? Inhale good air. When I turned to my left, no, the smell that was coming from my left, it was so bad. I'm waiting for the highlights of the story. The smell that coming from my left was so bad, I couldn't stand it. I turned to my right, and it was worse. How do I inhale in the church? One, there is traffic. And the annoying part was that it was raining. And then these are church drivers. Once it is raining, they will tell you to close it because the rain will enter their car. So the only option I had was to do this. Because that one, I know I trust my armpits. Because I know I'm smelling good. So at least. How can I actually smelling like that, Abena? They are men. Do you want them to beat me? No, it is not possible. So knowing I can't turn to the left, knowing I can't turn to the right, I only have to just put my head inside my armpit. Throughout the 2 hours we stayed in the church before I got to my house, it was that bad. Please, you cannot be roaming in the streets offending people like us. You cannot do that. So don't be smelling like don't be smelling like soap because you just came out of the washroom and then you didn't use anything. And don't be smelling bad in the sheets. And then one thing I came to also realize is that, especially with the men, you see these are deodorant they are deodorant sprays. We know deodorant is for the armpits, but this men spray it on clothes. Oh man, why? Please, why? This men spray this deodorant on clothes. Deodorant for your armpits. You are smelling it. You are spraying it on your clothes. And be walking in the street smelling like deodorant. Like who taught you that? Like who said please don't do that? If it is body mist that you want, please men, save and go and buy body mist 60 cedis. We have the one for men. Don't be using your deodorants as body sprays. It is not good. That's why I decided to do this. It's how much is your I don't know how much it costs, but even if it is 20 cedis, kindly save and add like 40 cedis and go and buy body mist. Please, let's all be mindful and smell good on the street. It's actually a good feeling. How would you feel roaming and then someone stops you and go like, whoa, you smell good? Utiko no, like it's a nice feeling, people. Attack on me, there. As many, I'm not. I'm not attacking the men. I'm just giving a general advice. But it is the men. It is the men that will be doing the most on the streets of Accra. It is the men. And the reason why I'm not attacking the men, but the reason why I'm talking about the men because it's like women are mindful of how they smell like. Women are mindful of how they look. Women are mindful of how they smell. Women are mindful of a lot of things. So for a woman to spray a deodorant on themselves, no. Probably like a woman who's definitely every woman owns a body mist. But I can't confirm whether their body mist they are owning is original or fake. Because in the streets of Accra, Makola, when you go through Makola, the things they are selling there 20 cedis, 15 cedis, no comments. Iris and Abuna will come and say they are fake, but me, I'm not saying it. So at least, Anya, a lady will have 20 cedis body mist on her. So that is why it looks like I'm attacking the men, but I'm not attacking the men. I'm just spreading the news across that. Please, men, those of you who spray their deodorant on their clothes, because I know friends who tell me that if they don't have sprays, this is the option they do. And Abuna, like, people watching, I know there are about 4 of you watching now. One thing I came to realize, there is this fragrance in the fragrance room, and you say it's popular. Joa Sauvage. one thing I came to realize is that a lot of the men, their deodorant sprays, it really smells like sauvage. So when you are roaming in the streets of Accra or wherever you are and you think you are smelling sauvage, you are smelling deodorant, you are smelling axe spray. It is axe spray that they sprayed on clothes. One of my friends showed me one day, it legit smelled like just sauvage. And Bleu de Chanel. So these two perfumes. If you think you are roaming in the streets of Accra and the people are smelling like me pancho, almost they've sprayed the deodorant for the armpits on their clothes. It is so bad. So men, please stop it. Don't be spraying your deodorant on your clothes. But to play the devil's advocate, some women equally don't smell too great either. Iris, you are right. But it's hardly for you to come by a woman who is not smelling great. If you won't even smell fragrance on the woman, at least it is a normal body smell, like which it's easy to tolerate, like you can deal with it. But for the men, I don't know whether they carry. I don't know what the kind of work the men do. I don't know what they do. That the smell is so bad. Please, I feel attacked in my own home. So please, men, I tell you, like I'm not like Iris, I'm not kidding. I've seen someone who brought out his deodorant spray and sprayed on clothes, and it legit smelled like draw savage. It was so bad. So I asked that open now why. He said, and I'm a body spray asane, and I'm a perfume asane. Oh, perfume asane, and yes, spray. Don't do that. Men, please respect yourself. Don't do that. 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 So me, if you come close and I feel like I want to talk to you and I ask that, please, what perfume I use, and you come and tell me ask spray. Oh, you, oh, Anna. Men, yes, sir. Don't do that. Don't do that. Buy body spray. If you don't have money, buy body spray. Please, buy body spray. Buy body mist. They have the one for men. They have the one for. At least I'm not so keen on the women because I know women like at least it's just like like 20% be per woman who will not be concerned about how they look, how they smell. But please, gentlemen, I think the reason I did this video today because most of my recommendations were for men, and then now I'm passionate talking about how you smell like. Please don't be smelling bad in the streets of Accra. So I was actually talking about celebrating fragrances, and then the issue of men came in. So we all know our celebrities, not Ghanaian celebrities, because I've never heard any Ghanaian celebrity release their perfume brand or anything. But these celebrities we know, like the Rihannas, the Beyoncés, the people, the Sofia Vergara's, they have their own fragrances. I've never smelled any that is close to any fragrance I've come across though. So I have this, is it a 10 ml of Rihanna's nude? And then these celebrity fragrances, they are inexpensive. So we have celebrity fragrances for men. I think if a celebrity is a lady, she releases fragrances for the women, and if it's a man, they release fragrances for the men. Because I know Cristiano Ronaldo has his own fragrance line, and a lot. You can check them out. And then for the ladies, I know of Rihanna, I know of Sarah Jessica Parker, I know of Beyonce, I know of, the names are not coming, but there are a lot. And these fragrances are inexpensive. I think they're 100. This is like a 10 ml. It was part of a gift set. So in the gift set, you had, I think, the body wash, the body lotion, this 10 ml, and then the main 100 ml of. This is Rihanna nude. So you can choose from these celebrity fragrances. So from Rihanna, we have the nude, we have the Rebel Flare. Rebel Flare is actually a favorite of mine. It like just smells like coconuts. Like coconuts, it's really nice. Coconuts. I don't remember the scent, but it's really nice. All I know is really nice. It was gifted to me. This particular one was gifted to me by a friend. Akosia, thank you for gifting me this. So you can check them out. They are inexpensive and then they last long. They actually last long. So you can check these celebrity fragrances out. I think my let me mention some of my favorites for women. From Sarah Jessica. No, from Sofia Vergara, I like Sophia by Sophia Vergara. Sophia, it's a mix of La Vie est Belle and Coco Mademoiselle. Yeah, a mix of the two. So it's like a mother and the father, they giving birth and then it tends to act like, so it's a mix of La Vie est Belle and Coco Mademoiselle. So let's say La Vie est Belle is the father and then Coco Mademoiselle is the mother. And Coco Mademoiselle is the mother and then it tends to act like the mother, but though it has the father's characteristics. So kindly check out these celebrity fragrances. So if you ever need anything with regards to fragrances and you don't know where to start from, kindly come and check out this video because I've given some options. You need to check them out. You need to check them out and not be smelling bad on the streets. It's very necessary. Somebody can smell somebody smell can kill you. Oh, Iris, it's not easy. I don't know if you've actually had if you've had an experience of someone smelling bad, you will know the pain to which I'm talking out of experience because that day in the church and it wasn't the first time, it wasn't the second time. I've had a lot of experiences with church and people smelling bad. It was so bad. And when you come out of the church show, it's like it's so disgusting. Especially if they've sweat the whole day. And then people, please bath twice a day. Men and women, bath twice a day. If you don't bath and you buy the most expensive fragrance in the world and you use it on your body, you're still going to smell. Please buy expensive fragrance. Sorry, bath. Take good care of your skin first before you come and use perfume. If you buy the expensive fragrance on earth and you don't bath, so please, personal hygiene is important. In as much as I'm talking about fragrances and what you get and how it's inexpensive, please, personal hygiene is also important. Ladies, gentlemen, please bath and smell good. It's very necessary. I think I'm done. I didn't see any question that I need to answer. It was more of suggestions, submissions. I'm trying to scroll through the comments to see if I left anything out. You are right. A lot of clones. Yeah, it's true. Perfumes will yes. Yes, there are a lot of fragrances, Mervyn. You should look into them. Wood touch is beautiful, exactly. I'll buy expensive one. Abna, I don't get it, but if I understand, I'll buy expensive one. Yes, it's true. And then sometimes these inexpensive fragrances, I smell them and I go I think I want the real one. Then I'll sell my bottle, but I still don't have money to buy the real one. Perfumes are expensive, so please, if you really want to get one or two perfumes, see it as investment, self-care, among many others. It will help you. To me, it smells like someone. You are a savage. I need a decant of Casablanca. We will talk. I needed it to push over for yeah. I go through body mist within 2 weeks. Abna, please, you didn't explain how you go through body mist in 2 weeks because I don't understand. Oh yeah, you said we should go watch your videos. Thank you for the questions. Please, the question again. It's good to smell good. Exactly. Abna, please tell them for me. It's good to smell good. But okay. I must want spray on clothes. Exactly. Somebody small. Okay, I think I would have to end this live here. I went through all the comments and then there was no question for me to answer. Okay, so I would be ending this live in 5 minutes. So please, if you not things by the time I finish this live, na masay me niyama bebree because I'm just messy. So please, that is the end of today's video. That's the end of today's video. If you I've been a camera not perform more, I tell you. My things that I'm just messy, moving things around. One thing I'm thankful for is that I did not break your bottle, like but like about this one, like I'll cry. Like I'll cry on camera. But the good thing is I did not break your bottle. So I think I've covered everything that needed to be covered. So people, now that you have this video, please, I don't want to see you on the streets smelling bad. Cause that one the baby says, another na home sponsor. Ah, grandpa, sister pan, oba pan, minister. Oh, and my home sponsor, as I say. Uh-huh. Ah, minister. 50, 60 CD pay. Nede crowd saying, oh, minister, a yacht of perfume. And I want to meet up perfume, kayato body splash. Sister Gana pay. Ah, sister minister. So I think I'm going to end the live here. I don't know if I covered anything. If there are questions, I don't. I went through the chat and then there was nothing like questions. So I think I'm going to end the live here. Thank you so much to like all of you, like anyone who will come and watch it, who was on live with me, who will come and watch it later. I'm grateful for your support. If you've not subscribed already, oh, Amansi, Ababa, oh, chain thing. Please subscribe to the channel, share, and turn on your post notification. It will mean so much to me. Thank you so much for coming on today. It is a bye. Have a good night, you. Bye bye.